Bop. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once again with another AI edition here on Elevated TV. It's going to be a great night of racing. We have got a lot in store. 6 action-packed classes on tap tonight here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. But we're not on the big track. We're on the mini track. And I'm alongside Mr. Braxton DeWeese, and I am also in production, and I'm on the play-by-play for you here tonight. And Braxton, when you come here to the Nashville Mini, you yourself, as an iRacing best, know that you got to play smart here and be patient on the Mini.
Yeah, most definitely. First of all, I appreciate you having me on board here for tonight. I'm really looking forward to this. But yeah, with the short track here at Nashville Fairgrounds, you really got to make sure you're on your stuff. You know, stuff can happen quick. Going in the corners, they're pretty tight. So just trying to be on top of it, trying to be as close to the front as you can with that track position is going to be important. So we'll see how these drivers fare out tonight.
Yeah, and a good field of racing. And taking a quick look here at the race info, we got 6 action-packed classes of racing. We got limited late models for 25. We got mini stocks for 20. We got legends for twin 20s. That's going to be fun. We got the special event, the Silver Crown. They're going to go for 20. And I'm not sure why I have limited late models on there twice. But 6 action-packed races tonight, and it's going to be good. And Braxton, I got to ask you, are you... With Thunder Roadsters was the TB announced class. That's going to be in place of that second limited late model you've seen there, and they'll be the first race up. Out of the 6 classes up, what's going to be your favorite?
Man, it's a short track. It's hard to say which one's going to be my favorite because it's all going to be really good racing. But I'm really interested to see the bigger cars on the little track and see how they fare out. So we'll see how the street stocks and the late models do. But with the smaller cars being on the smaller track, that's going to be a little bit more better for them, I guess you could say. So, going to be some good racing all around. So we'll see.
And I got to ask you, it's AI. It's artificial intelligence. I will say that. I mean, everybody that has watched Elevated TV knows that we do these events. We've got the Robbins Racing Indy 500 coming up. That's AI with all the real drivers from the Indy 500. We're going to be making that a 4-day event and live on CRN. And sometimes you think these AI drivers are real people, Braxton. I mean, you got the crashes, you got the good hard racing, you got the boring single file racing that everybody always loves, and then you got the racing sometimes that can be caution after caution. So just because it's AI, don't think that these guys won't put on a good show.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter if it's AI, real racing or not. iRacing definitely has it dialed in, and they have it to where there's going to be these AI drivers going to be making some mistakes and making some moves and some lunges. So going to be exciting.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, before we get down and in tapped, we're going to get pre-race ceremonies underway. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds at the Mini, we're going to go pre-race ceremonies underway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
back here at the Nashville Mini. I'm your host, Cody Demers, and I've got Braxton DeWeese, a iRacing professional is what I call him. I mean, he races anything from, I would say, legend cars, Braxton, up till the next-gen cars. So I know tomorrow night you going to try to join us in the booth, but I know at noon you're running the iRacing official Daytona road course. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I ran a few laps yesterday just to try to get the feel. iRacing released an update this past Wednesday. It was a pretty big update too, and they did a lot of changes to the tires of the next gen car, the Cup car, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing, but the tires are definitely going to be a lot colder, a lot slidier. I'm making up words here, but slidier, slippery. You get what I'm saying. So you got to be really careful with that, and I'm looking forward to that. But I wonder if that's going to have any changes to this race here tonight. I was actually thinking about that earlier today. It's going to be very interesting, and tomorrow as well, going to be trying to join you guys. Hopefully we do good tonight. We don't get fired before tomorrow, so we'll see if we come back.
For sure. And remember, tomorrow night will be a 5 p.m. start time, so we'll be starting about an hour earlier than what we are now. But without further ado, we're going to go downstairs for pre-race ceremonies.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My 2 children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
And back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and there you see them, the Thunder Roadsters lined up, ready to go for 15 laps. I know you say 15 laps, not a lot, but 15 laps are going to go by real quickly here at the Nashville Mini. And Braxton and Louise, let's get ready to give them the starting lineup here for this one. Starting on the pole in the 33, in the Taco Bell, number 33, it's going to be Miss Sarah Billiter. To her outside of that number 18, Air Force One, it's going to be Dalton Chupp. Row number 2, in the 24, starting in the 3rd, the Miller Lite Machine, it's going to be Jonathan Sessoms. To his outside, and that 2, that green and white machine, there you see him, it's going to be Wyatt Marshburn. Starting in row number 3, to the inside, in the 17 machine, it's going to be Mr. Tyler Dehart. To to his outside in that number 44. Her husband is starting on row 2 on the inside in third. She's going to be starting on row 3 in the 6th position. In the 44, it's going to be Victoria Sessoms. Starting in row 4 in the 23. That is going to be Mr. Greg Mining to his outside in that 83. It's going to be Dustin Lane and Braxton Louise carry them out till the end.
Starting on the inside of row 5, we have a very interesting name. It's myself, virtual version of myself, and to the outside of my virtual version of myself is James Kirby in the 033. Row 6, we got another virtual version of someone in the broadcast booth, Cody Deemers in the 63 on the inside, and Noah Allison in the 50 on the outside. Row 7 on the inside, we have Hall David in the number 7, and rounding out the field, 14th, Lee Jones in number 31 Hot Wheels car.
Sarah Billett are going to be rolling them off here in just a few minutes as we get ready to get the engines fired here for tonight's event. Braxton, 15 laps. You're on the pole here. What's your goal?
Try to stay out front. You know, if you're starting out front, if you got the clean air, try to stay out there and try to lead all 15, come home with the win.
For sure. And some reason we have no audio, so let's double check that and see why we have no audio. There we go. Cars have gridded. Cars have rolled off. And they're going to get a pace lap here. Going to roll around. Been a while since I've done one of these, Braxton. Had to get myself back into the groove of it.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
and Braxton, have you ever raced these little spec cars on iRacing?
No, I personally haven't, and like I was telling you earlier, I seen the lineup of cars, and there was a couple that I haven't ran, and I wanted to run, but work duties couldn't really allow that. But you know, I'm really interested to see how these cars handle, not only just in general, but on this small track here at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Coming out of the turn number 4, Billiter. Green flag in the air. We're underway, and down into turn number 1, and this is the Trekkie turn. Oh, buddy. Braxton, they're rolling off into turn number 3 here. Jonathan Sessom's trying to get to the inside with Billiter out to the front.
Yes, sir. The tires are starting to get more heat in them as they keep going, and Sarah's doing what I wanted to do as a pole sitter and get out there, get the clean air, and try to do the best you can. She's doing the best job right now.
Oh, yeah. Do you see these cars getting very, very loose through 1 and 2 there? As we look here at this battle, this is going to be the 37 of Dalton Chupp, and Braxton DeWeese has made his way up from the 9th position. He's up in the 6th, and looks like everybody's single file so far, and the paddle going on right between theirs. Whoa! Braxton DeWeese is going to get into the 30, the green and white machine. I can't see what number that is.
Oh, some more contact coming off too there.
Yeah, the green machine. That's the 2. That looks like Dalton Chuck is who I'm going to say. No. I think that's Wyatt Marshford. That's Wyatt Marshford in the 2.
Wyatt.
Oh, they are drifting through 1 and 2.
Sideways all over this track.
And you almost got to be, as we see contact there with the 44. And
yeah, they're getting double file again like it's a restart back here in the back of the pack.
And Braxton, I got to ask you, do you got to be aggressive a little bit here with 10 to go, or do you still got to be patient?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you want a better finish, you definitely got to be aggressive. But you got to. What's your aggression level? Do you want to cross that line of bumping the guy, moving him up the track? You know, what do you want to do? Do you want to try to wait, buy your time, try to get a run? But the 15-lap race definitely makes it to where the bumping makes it to where you want to do that a little bit more. Oh, yeah, for sure. And we see Sarah Billiter. She is checked out front. Jonathan Sessom's there in second. And then Tyler Dehart in that 3rd position there. And it almost begins to wonder. Sarah's starting to open that lead up. Does anybody have anything for her? Can anybody get to her there as we look back here at this battle again? And it seems like they're battling harder for last than they are for first. Yep, that's usually how it goes here with these races, especially local racing. But as you were talking about Sarah, if anybody had anything for her, she just set the fastest lap 2 laps in a row and just keeps getting faster here. So the tires look like they're at a pretty good optimal temperature here, and they should be feeling pretty good about now.
Yeah, Jonathan Sessom's definitely got to step up the paces. We got a 3-car battle here for third. The 23, that's going to be DeHart Mining. And looks like Deweeze's right there on top of them. This is a battle going on for third, fourth, and fifth as they work back into 2. The 23 going to try to drive it off in there, pushes tight up off. And it looks like the 23, Braxton, is struggling through center off.
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll see if they can try to find a little bit of something here, see if my virtual self can try to get to the back bumper and try to do something here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It looks like the 23 there had a better run up through 3 and 4 that time. And
For sure.
going to get to the back bumper of the 17 of Tyler DeHart as he looks all over the back bumper of that machine.
On board the 23 here, definitely going to see what they almost see out of the I can't really say windshield here, but out of the front. The 17 sliding a little bit there, not really on the bottom of the yellow line. If you can try to get down to the bottom of the yellow line, apex of the corner, it'll definitely be better. As you can see right there, they got the left front. The 23 cars definitely getting a little bit of cleaner air. Granted, it's a smaller track. The cleaner air there is definitely going to help and going to turn better.
For sure. And there's a lap around as they come around 3 and 4. Off of 4, Sarah Billiter going to win the first race here tonight in the Thunder Roadsters. Jonathan Sesson going to come home in the second. Tyler DeHart rounds out your podium finishing.
Yeah, what a race by Sarah here. You know, when you asked me before what would I do if I was on the pole, and I said I wanted to try to lead all the laps, try to get a good gap and whatnot, and it's exactly what she did. So kudos to her for a hell of a win there.
For sure. As we take a quick look here at your final results, Sarah Billiter comes home first, Jonathan Sessom second, Tyler DeHart in third, Greg Mining fourth, Braxton DeWeese fifth, Wyatt Marshburn rounds out your sixth, and Victoria Sessoms rounds out your top 7, Braxton.
Dustin Lane comes home in 8th with James Kirby in 9th. Noah Allison in 10th there. Hall David up to 11th. I know he started back in 14th, made up a couple spots. Cody Deemers in 12th in a 63 car. Lee Jones in 13th. Dalton Chupp in 14th. And Ryan Deemer 16 laps down in last P15.
For sure. What a great race there to start off the night here. Coming up next, I believe we have, let's look at this lineup here. I believe it's the Legends. Nope, mini stocks. We got mini stocks going for 20 laps. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, we will have your mini stocks on track, ready to grid it up and ready to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a moment. We are back here once again at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and the mini stocks are going to be gritting up here in just a moment, and it's going to be a good one here. I'm excited. This is probably my favorite car since it's coming. You know, I've been in iRacing since about 2020, 2021, somewhere along in there, and this has been my favorite car, Braxton, since they dropped it. What was it, last year before last?
Yeah, it's definitely been about a year. Time flies so much, just don't even know when they come out. But yeah, I agree with you. These Fox Body mini stocks are pretty fun. It's pretty cool to see them into the game. Not only just in general because the mini stocks are pretty cool, but for myself, I have 86 Fox Body Mustangs, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, these cars are definitely fun. You got to hustle them around, try to do what you can to lean them on the rear tires and get around and turn as fast as you can.
For sure. And what other way fitting than Braxton DeWeese to capture the pole here for tonight's mini stock feature. He's going to roll off on the pole with John Riddle, a.k.a. Trucker Gaming, on the outside of row number 1. Row 2 going to be Kylie Bittenbog. She and Jonathan Sessoms make up a row 2. Jonathan Sessoms actually having a good night of racing, Braxton. He started in 3rd the last race. He's starting in 4th this one, so only one spot different. Row 3 going to be myself and Wyatt Marchford. I'm ready to wreck him, put him in the outside wall for sure. Row 4 is going to be Mr. Caleb Hall, and Victoria Sessoms rounds out row 4, Braxton.
On the inside of row 5, we got Lee Jones here in the 025, and on the outside, we got Robert Taylor in the 81. Row 6, we got Sessoms Aaron in the 11 and Jonathan Riss in the 79 on the outside. Row 7 here, 13th place, Dustin Lane in the 15 car. And last race winner, Sarah Belitter, starting, back into the pack, to be honest with you, compared to last race. But we'll see how she fares out back there. But on the inside of row 8, Dalton Chupp in the 25. On the outside, Ryan Demers in the 64.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit better race. 14 cars made this one, 14 cars made the last one, and again, this is all AI. This is all I basically just make these collections, and I try to make everybody as even as possible, so nobody's got a slight advantage over everybody. I do play with this. The settings. I try to make these settings as the closest possible to where you see wrecks, you see good racing, you see hard racing. I know me and Wesley done an AI race at Hickory one time, and there was 15 cautions with the AI. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting race, and I think we started with 30 cars, and we ended up with 8 left out of the event. So it was definitely fun. So Braxton DeWeese, John Riddle going to lead them down into 3 and 4. Braxton DeWeese is sitting there saying, if I play my cards right, and I do like Sarah Billiter did, we'll get the win here today. Green flag in the air. We're underway for the mini stocks. Down the back straightaway they work. Into 3 and 4. Braxton DeWeese out front, but here comes Bittenbog. Bittenbog looking to the inside. There, Braxton DeWeese.
As they head through turns 1 and 2, you don't see as much sliding as the previous cars. We'll see how it plays out. If they get more slideways, I guess you could call it, throughout this race here, and see if how their setup is, faring out, and if they got a loose or tight car here.
John Riddle started second. He has fell back to that 6th position. And Braxton, outside line, not where you want to be. And look, right there, the ghost machine. Aaron Sessoms messes up one time. I believe that's him, or Caleb Hall messes up one time there. And you're going to the back.
Yeah, most definitely. The smaller the track, the smaller mistakes you're going to have. You can't even have mistakes, honestly. Any little mistake you have, somebody's going to pounce, especially here in the back of the pack.
Yeah, John Riddle trying to fight to get down there in that 38 machine. He's fell back all the way to 8. And believe it or not, Caleb Hall is actually fighting on the outside there, Braxton. He has not lost about one position. He is still fighting on the outside of that Kool-Aid 11, but I think right here in turn number 1, he's going to fall back even further.
Yeah, he fell back about a car length here, but we'll see if he can try to get down. Oh, no, not enough room there, but we'll see if he can try to get the run off. No, the outside lane is just not the place to be, especially with the lower banking and the tighter turns. You got to try to get down the best you can.
For sure. And look right here. Bittenbog. She's on the back bumper. She's right there in striking distance with 14 laps to go. 13 this time, Braxton. She's all over the back bumper of you.
Yeah, can't let them intimidate. Just got to run your line.
And look, there she goes. She's going to tap the back bumper of the 6 machine. This is not what we seen earlier, Braxton. We seen a very much more spread out field. We're seeing a more tight race right here. Battle for the race lead off of 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, most definitely. 02 is all over my virtual self's rear bumper. Hopefully my virtual self is just, biding the time, saving the tires, and hopefully can pull away as this race goes green here.
Next time by Barney the Iracing flagman will give them double hands. 10 laps to go. This time off of turn number 4. And can Bittenball, can Kylie get to the back bumper of the 6 machine, or will the old broadcast booth announcer not get the commentator's curse, and will he hold off the hard-charging 02 of Kylie? Believe it or not, Braxton, she's right there with you.
Most definitely, not going anywhere. I'm not pulling away. Not really, if anything, just trying to keep the best you can here. Try to keep it low. Kylie's keeping it probably a little bit lower on entry and whatnot, but there's a teeny bit of a gap growing. Hopefully that grows just a little bit. No bias there, but we'll see if they can be the 95 car of Cody Deemers yourself is coming into the picture there.
Yeah.
A queen. Ka-chow.
We got a ka-chow 3-way battle here off of 4 if Deemers gets there, and even Jones is right there, but Bittenbog is not. She is glued to the back end of your race car. Keeping it right there. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, this is getting closer and closer. I think my virtual self's kind of holding them up to where yourself, Cody's getting closer, and Lee's starting to get in the picture there. Lee's up 5 spots. If he moves up 1 more spot, he would be the highest. He would be tied with Dustin Lane for the most moves up from where they started.
And believe it or not, remember, we said this is AI. This is AI hard racing right here. One slip up by one of these 3 cars, and it's a position. These guys, Braxton, you know this. One guy makes one mistake, and look right there. Bittenbog going to make a mistake. That's going to open the door for the 95, and that's what you wanted.
Yep, you took advantage of the mistake, and side by side on the inside lane here is definitely on the. There's definitely going to be, as you see here, you're getting a run off, and you're going to be in second, looking your eyes on my virtual self.
And I promise this isn't rigged.
It ain't.
This ain't rigged. DeWeese out front, Deemers in second, but look at Bittenbog all over the back bumper of the 95. This is what Braxton wants to see. 2 laps to go. Braxton, all he's got to do is get back to the finish line. He's less than 5 laps to get a win here. Coming to the white flag. Can Braxton DeWeese hang on? He held off a hard-charging Kylie Bittenbog. Braxton, white flag here, buddy.
Yes, sir. As my virtual self rounds out turn 2, there's about a 3-4 car length to yourself. As we're going to finish 1-2 coming out of 4, Braxton DeWeese, myself, will pick up the mini stock race win here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Cody Deemers and Kylie Bittenbog round out your podium finisher. Congratulations there to the number 6 machine. Braxton DeWeese going to pick up the win. What a race there, ladies and gentlemen. That got interesting there at the end.
Yes, for sure. Granted, there wasn't any bumping for the lead or anything there. There was definitely some good racing, and there were some guys coming up there pretty close. I know Kylie made a little bit of a mistake, and that opened the door for Cody there yourself. But, stuff happens. You just got to try to be on it.
For sure, as we take a quick look here at your results, Braxton DeWeese coming home with the win. Cody Deemers second. Kylie Bittenbog in third. Lee Jones, Victoria Sessoms rounds out your top 5. Aaron Sessoms in 6th. Dustin Lane 7th. Wyatt Marshburn rounds out your top 8 there, Braxton.
Yeah, Sarah Blitter back to 9th, gained 5 spots. There was 2 other drivers that gained 5 spots as well. Down in the 10th place, Jonathan Rist, he gained 2 spots. Get down to 11th place here, Robert Taylor. 12th place, Caleb Hall. He lost about 5 spots. He was fighting there on the outside there for a little bit, but as we've seen, it just wasn't the lane to be in. But 13th, Sesame Jonathan, John Ridd, 14th. He fell back 12 spots, unfortunately. So hopefully the next race they can figure something out and get it rolling. But Dalton Chupp in the 25 and 15th there, and rounding it out, Ryan Demers in the 64 and 16th.
Yeah, for sure. John Riddles actually started, I believe, on the outside pole Braxton and fell all the way back. So very, very tough break for him. And I just want to point out, the next race up is the first twin of 2 Legend Feature twins. We've got 30 cars signed up. 30 cars for 20 laps. And if they put on a show here like they do in real life, you guys on here watching on Elevated TV are in for a treat.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing our first AI wreck of the night. I mean, 30 Legends car on the little over here at Nashville. It sounds bad, but it's going to be some good racing for us watching, so look forward to it.
For sure, for sure. Well, we're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back here, you'll see Legend cars gridded up on the front stretch here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom. Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
We are back here, and man, we have got a thing for you. And I want to point this out. As you can see, I'm lining up. I want to point this out. I thought there was only 30 of them. There's 34 Legend cars. Braxton Louise, have you ever seen 34 race cars on an iRacing racetrack on the Nashville Mini?
I haven't, but I'm going to now, so it's going to be interesting. When as you see them lined up with the start-finish, they almost come back to the halfway of the backstretch, so I think we're going to see some lap traffic here potentially.
Yeah, there you see them. They're lined up. They are wrapping into the entry of turn number 3 and 4. And man, oh man, what a field of legend cars. And Braxton, I gotta say, legend cars is where it's at. When it comes to racing, legend cars is where it's at. It is a point that this is the start of racing, other than Bandoleros. Bandoleros are cool, but the legend cars are where it's at. And with iRacing, updating the models of these cars, putting them on the Hoosiers, putting the Z09s in them, another one of my favorite cars, even with me driving these in real life. What's your take? Have you drove them yet?
Unfortunately, this is one of the cars I haven't. To be honest with you, this is bad to say. I've never done a race in the Legends car. So after tonight, I'm going to have to do it. I want to know what these cars feel like, how they handle. Just hearing them and seeing them, they definitely look like they can be a handful, but look like they can be a damn good time.
For sure. Well, let's get down to it, Braxton. Let's get the field, and let's give them the starting lineup here for the CRN Legend cars. On the pole, rounding out row 1 is going to be Jason Tressel and Jeremy Doss. Row 2 going to be Atlee Wise and Tanner Scarberry. Row 3, Jason Marshall, Jace Parrish. Row 4 going to be Tyler Lester and Kyle Clegg. And I've actually raced against Tyler Lester. Cody Moorescrofts and Evan Proctor round out row number 5. Row 6 going to be Max Hinnenpaul and look at there, William Byron in that 2025 machine. He'll be rolling off 12th. Row 7, this will be 13th and 14th. TJ DeCare, big guy from down in Florida. Jace Monguilons. I knew I'm going to say it wrong. He'll be rounding out the 14th position. Row 8, going to be Trace Capers and Alex McCullum in that 15th and 16th. Row 9, going to be Keelan Harvick. Keelan Harvick. Gavin Simmons. We were rolling off in the row 9. Row 10 going to be Joel Smith, the big EPI. He's actually the EPI builder for the Legends. And then Jason Fair in the 118 to the outside. Row 11 going to be Trevor Wester and Cooper Gaw. Braxton.
Row 12 on the inside, we have Trent Miranda in the 018. And on the outside, we have Daryl Stewart in the 30. Round 13 on the inside in the 29 car, Justin Harris. On the outside of him, Joe Ryan in the 13 car. All right, we're going to try to announce this. Lexi Persbalinski, probably wrong, but we'll see. Outside of Lexi, we got John Casabear in the 008.
Bear with him on these names.
Yeah, they're interesting. Like this one, the 001 on the inside of the row 15, David Vetulari, if I'm not mistaken. And on the outside in the 3 car, Mitchell Doby. Inside of row 16 and 87 car, Tommy Jackson Jr. On the outside of Tommy is Ryan Myers in the 48 car.
Oh.
Row 17 on the inside, Justin Elvis in the 4. And on the outside of Justin, in the 22 car, Chris Eggleston.
And that will round out 34 Legend cards. And Braxton, I got to ask you, how quick do you think we're going to catch lap traffic?
Oh, boy. With the back of the pack, probably racing a little bit more in the front of the pack, trying to get singled out a little bit more. I feel like that's what we've seen more in the races so far. I think after about 10 laps, 15 laps, something around there, I think it's going to be close.
For sure. And man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. I mean, this is going to be exciting. 34 Legend cars as they roll down the back straightaway in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. We're coming to green this time. Through 3 and 4, Jason Tressel, Jeremy Doss going to lead them into the start zone. Guess what, Braxton? 34 Legend cars, 20 laps underway down into turn number 1. Oh!
Slideways for the leader.
The Jason Trestle drives down there, and it's like the car just not hooked there. And they are all over the places. Here comes Atlee Wise to the inside. Whoa!
Yeah, you see as they're still sliding around, trying to get the heat into the tires there. About 4 or 5 laps. They should be pretty good at the optimal temperature, but we'll see how they fare out here as we come out of turn 4 across the start-finish line.
Caution flag and a wave for Chris Eggleston. And let me scroll down my list. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy.
Let's
Here
go.
they're all stacking up. They don't want to go to the outside.
Let's see if we can't figure out what happened here. Oh,
Stack up.
looks like it might have started with Truett Miranda. Let's see what happens here. Oh, my goodness. Big time loose there. Down the back straightaway. I'm not too sure what happened. Oh!
Oh, spinner.
Spins her out. And we see our first caution of the night. Let me get back to my thing. Time and scoring's going crazy over here.
Yes, it is. I'm just trying to look at it as well. I think that was the 18 car of Evan Proctor that spun around there and caused that check up there in the middle of 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like Myers is somehow the leader.
Yeah, they stacked up there. A couple drivers went around the leaders. I seen one on the inside, one on the outside. I'm not too sure if it was one of them. It definitely got kabobbled there in the middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is. Jason Trestle is the race leader here with Max Innenbog, TJ DeCara, Atlee Wise, and Jason Marshall rounding out your top 5. That's a cool little camera angle.
Yes, it is. You can not only see out the front windshield there, but you can definitely see the hands at work through the corners. It's a good view.
Looks like we might be coming back to the restart. Tanner Scarberry, Jason Parrish going to lead them back into the green flag. Here we go, off of turn number 3 and 4. Green flag on the way. Everybody's still getting loose to that 1 and 2. And we got cars coming off of pit road. We are 3 wide. Braxton Louise, we were 3 wide, 3rd minute, and there is cars everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know where to look. There's
oh my goodness!
Cars slideways. 2 wide, about to be 3 wide. There's racing all over this place. Looks like the leader of Tanner Scarberry in that taped up pink 37 Legend car is getting a little bit of a gap there.
Oh, big stack up there off of turn number 2. And I don't know where to look.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got that Navy car right there, I believe. Try to get the number of that car. Getting a little loose, and when the car in front gets loose with these cars being so close, it just causes checkups, and checkups usually cause wrecks. You see all 3 of them cars right there. Looks like they went over a little bump or something, got loose. A little dip.
Yeah, these cars, they bottom out real bad here as we see a big checkup there again, and man, there is cars everywhere. This is exciting. 13 laps to go, and you think these guys are racing for the last lap like it's every lap's the last lap.
Oh, most definitely. Got to try to get what you can with these short races here. But like I said, do you want to cross that line of bumping the guy in front of you, or do you want to try to make it clean? So we'll see if some drivers can get a pass set up here.
So we're on board here with TJ DeCara. There you see him. He's looking to the inside of that 24. Joel Smith. This going on for the 15th and 16th position is there. They come off the corner down the front straight. Look at them engines. Listen to them roar. Let's get a static cam and listen to them roar right here, Braxton. The engines, just to me, man, they sound so good. Iracing has done an amazing job in Scarberry, out front, and that car, that Cody Moorescraft, that's a pretty looking car. I like the colors. I like the way that it looks as we go on board here with him. And he is, look at him working that wheel, Braxton, down the back straightaway.
Yes, sir. It's a fast car as well. He's got a fast lap of a 15.520. That's 2/1000ths of a second faster than your leader here. He's also gained 7 spots from his starting position.
Yeah, Scarberry didn't lose the lead. He's in that white number, painted number 37 there. You see, looks like he's got duct tape on there, Braxton.
Yes, he does. Pink.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes. You got to make it work. Which,
hey, if you can see it, man, you can see it, and you definitely can with that bright pink.
Right, and you know, there you see the field. Starting the leaders are going to be, probably in another 5 laps, which is what we have left, are going to be catching the back of the pack. I don't think we are, but if we didn't have that caution, we probably would have.
Yeah, it would have been close. As you can see, the front of the field is definitely spreading out, but the back of the pack, man, they are still racing hard.
As we take a look back here, look at them all jumping up, bunched up. Whoa, the 29 pushes up real big there to get into the back of him. Look at him, 3 wide, Joel Smith on the outside. Joel Smith still driving 3 wide. He's going to let him tuck out behind. Braxton O'Wee, he's 3 wide at the Mini.
Yeah, being on the outside like that, you can see he fell back a little bit. You want to try to get down, but with these cars being so close together and it all happening so quick at this tiny track, it makes it difficult to try to get down and get in the lane. You got to take any opportunity that you can. For sure, and Cody and Scarberry have checked out. 2 to go, white flag. Can Moorescroft get to the back bumper of the 37 machine? Up off the corner. Tanner Scarberry is going to win here at the Mini. Yeah, great race. He gained 3 spots from where we started. Once he got to the lead, he was there. So, great race by Tanner there, getting to the clean air, staying out there, and coming up with the win.
Oh, you got to see a wreck. We got to see a wreck tonight, so we can't say we didn't get to see one wreck. So, Scarberry, Moorescroft, and Kyle Clay going to round out your field there. 34 legend cars, 1 caution. They can't say they done that in real life.
Yep, I agree with you. It was actually pretty good.
For sure. As we take a quick look here at your results, Tanner Scarberry, Cody Moorescroft, Kyle Clegg, Max Hillenbog, Atlee Wise, Jeremy Doss, Jace Parrish, Trace Capers, Tyler Lester, and Jason Marshall round out your top 10 there, Braxton.
Alex McCollum, one of the best short track racers on iRacing, finished just outside the top 10 and 11th. TJ DeCare, real life racer, as you were saying, from down south, finished in 12th. Cooper Gow, Gavin Simmons. William Byron, real life racer for Hendrick Motorsports, the 24 car, finishes 15th. Not where we expected him to finish. He actually lost 3 spots from where we started, but not the run we expected. Michael Doby in 16th, Joe Ryan in 17th. John Casper in 18th, Evan Proctor 19th, Justin Harris in 20th.
And rounding out your top 30 will be Jason Ferre, Lexi Promblinsky, Jace Monginzo, Jason Tressel, Trevor Wester, Ryan Myers, Keelan Harvick, as he duked out his dad there the other weekend at Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway. He'll come home 27th. Joel Smith, EPI's Legend Builder, rounds out 28th. Definitely a struggle night for him. David Vitarelli comes home 29th. Chris Eggleston there, you seen him in that early on wrecked there, and that comes home 30th.
31st, we got Darryl Stewart a lap down, along with Justin Elvis, Tommy Jackson Jr. They were a lap down in 32nd and 33rd. Trent Miranda in 018 and 34th was 2 laps down, and Ryan Deemer's not making the start in 35th.
For sure. Well, a great little race that was, and see Chris DeWeese and Fusion Stop Motion signing in. Fusion Stop Motion says they released September last year. Wild how fast time has gone. Yeah, for sure. It's fast how time the mini stocks have been on here already almost a year, and we appreciate it, Chris. Glad we got Braxton up here with us and got him in here commentating. So definitely interesting race, and coming up next, we got a Silver Crown. And remember, Braxton, that was just the first of 2 twins for the Legends. So you get to see them come out and do it again here right after the Silver Crown cars. And this is what you said you were excited for.
Yeah, for sure. Silver Crowns are a beast of their own. And to be able to see these open wheel cars go as fast as they do on the tracks they run at. It's going to be interesting to see how they do at the short track here and see how the close racing fares out here.
Well, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and when we come back here, me, myself, and Braxton, and we'll have you set up for a 20-lap Silver Crown feature here at Nashville Fairgrounds Mini. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome to Elevated Television. We are home to the Pitfall Podcast Tour, the Madhouse Racing League, and if you are looking for a league or in a broadcast company looking to shine and show your name out there, look no further than Elevated Television. We do more than just broadcasting. We also do quality edits with HD picture quality and more here in just a few of what we do here over on Elevated Television. Overlays. We do all forms of racing from late models to NASCAR. So if you're a league owner looking to get your league out there, look no further than Elevated TV. Make sure you check out Elevated Television on YouTube, Facebook, and more. And since we are elevating your game, high-quality sim racing broadcast since 2022. Back here at Nashville Mini, and boy, oh boy, I'm excited for this one. The Silver Crowns will be on the Nashville Fairgrounds Mini. Braxton, I know me and you kind of talked about this earlier. You said you had never, seen the Silver Crowns and never driven one. Are you excited at least to see them race?
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely excited. I'm going to try to take some notes like earlier with the Legends cars, just trying to take some notes for these cars. I'm definitely going to try them out after watching these races. But, I've seen videos on the cars before, and these cars have a lot of power. So I'm really interested to see how they handle this small mini track at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Nothing has as much power as the sprint cars. The asphalt sprint cars on here, to me, they are very touchy. I definitely feel like they need to work on the grip. But, again, not very many people drive them, so I don't think they're going to work with them too much. Well, let's get the starting lineup here for tonight's feature. Kevin Thomas Jr. and Robert Ballou round off row number 1. Row 2 going to be Logan or Bobby Santos and Logan Seavey. Two big sprint car racers. Row 3 going to be Kaylee Bryson and Carmen Pergio. I think that's how you say it. Row 4, Zach Dunham, Brady Bacon, an Indiana native. Rounding out row 4, he'll roll off 8th. And rounding out your top 10, Braxton, my all-time favorite guy, Cody Swanson. And to his outside, Matt Westfall.
In 11th place here, we got Tyler Rohrig. And to his outside, Jerry Coons Jr. A lot of familiar names here in the sprint car community. Another one, CJ Leary on the inside in the 48 car, and Justin Grant. He's a USAC champion in the 91 car. Dakota Armstrong crossed the line first for the Little 500, but I believe he got disqualified earlier this year. He's row 8 in the 17 car. He'll definitely have some speed, hopefully. Dave Berkheimer in a 37 on the outside. And
Dakota Armstrong actually won the Glenn Nebel Classic at Anderson this year. I was actually racing one of the support features for the 500 Sprint Car Tour.
How about it? Row 9, Shane Cockrum in the 80, and Dyson Persley in the 41. I believe that's an upcoming racer in the USAC Midget Series. Chase Stockton here starting in 19th, and rounding out the top 20 in row 10, Russ Gamemester in a 65.
Running out row 11 will be Kenny Schrader. Look at there. Kenny Schrader in the 57 will be starting in the 21st position, and Chase Dietz will be rounding out the 22nd. Row 12, and your final row here, I believe, for your... Nope, we still got more. Row 12, Briggs Danner and Mario Cluster. I got excited there. I was ready to go racing. Row 13 will be Taylor Fern. She actually made her sprint car debut in the Little 5. Her Little 500 debut in a sprint car this year. She'll be rolling off there in that row 13. Travis Wellpot in the outside. Now the final row. Row 14, Alex Bright and Mitchell Rolls around out the 27th and the 28th position. And Braxton, while we're on the sprint cars, the Silver Crowns, basically a sprint car. A lot of these guys you'll be getting to see June 27th and June 29th at Winchester when you come help me on the Roadster. Man, 90% of this field is going to be at Winchester. Does that excite you even more now?
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of familiar names in the sprint car community, and not only asphalt but dirt. There's a lot of dirt drivers that come over. Like I was saying earlier, Justin Grant, he's a USAC champion in the dirt series, USAC sprint cars non-wing, I believe, from last year. If he wasn't, he was up there winning races, winning almost all the races. So we have some fast drivers here, and to be able to get a little preview of their AI selves, granted it's not at Winchester, but still in the Silver Crown here, it's definitely going to be interesting to try to see if we can relate some of the driving styles from the AI self to the real self in real life.
Well, I'll tell you this. Tyler Rohrig won the Little 500 this last 2023, and I believe 2024. He's going to be a big name to look. You got Bobby Santos coming off of the win at Toledo. You got Logan Seavey, top name in the sprint cars. Cody Swanson from California, another big guy in the sprint cars. So a lot of big names here in the sprint cars running here in the Silver Crown. So and the Silver Crown basically is it's a sprint car, but it's a different type of sprint car. I mean, it's literally just like a sprint car. But here we come, Braxton, off of turn number 4. We're gonna turn them loose for 20 laps. Working through turn down the back straightaway. Still side by side there, Braxton, off of turn number 4.
Yeah, that outside lane isn't as bad as it has been with the other cars, as these cars are still going to try to get heat in their tires. Definitely could change a little bit. But we see KTJ, Kevin Thomas Jr., in that Budweiser 33 car out in the lead there in that clean air and trying to get a rhythm started.
Yeah, and it's you listen right there. You heard him on the gas, right back off of it before he ever gets to the finish line. So definitely going to be interesting to see. And these guys are making these laps quick. Definitely flying by with it as they work off of turn number 4. 28 Silver Crowns. And don't forget, these guys will be back in action tomorrow. And they're working into 3 and 4 this time. They'll be on tap with a 50-lap feature tomorrow night. So this is just a teaser, Braxton.
Yeah, most definitely. So the first 3 cars have gone down to a single file stretch here. They've opened up a little bit of a gap, but from there on back, it's double file. We got Bobby Santos actually hunting down Kevin Thomas Jr. there for the lead.
Yeah, Bobby Santos, big sprint car native there. He always drives a pink car, so not sure why he's in a green car. But he's in that guy code number 43. He's all over the back bumper of the Kevin Thomas Jr. Bud machine, Budweiser there, as they work into turn number 1 at 3 and 4. Can Santos get to him? We haven't seen really a Braxton a pass for the lead yet. We see you and Kylie Bentonbog have a little bumper nudge, I would say, and she made a mistake and I got up under her, but we really haven't seen passes for the lead. Do you think we'll see it here?
Just looking at the lap times, Kevin Thomas Jr. has the fastest lap, but looking at the last time, Bobby Santos is faster, and you see he's almost touching him here in the fuel tank. I think there's going to be a battle for the lead coming here.
Yeah, Bobby Santos definitely one of the best to do it here in the Silver Crowns and the midgets and the sprints and whatever you want to call it. Any open wheel machine I've ever seen him racing, he's always been good, whether it be real life or on the AI virtual. He has been good on the back bumper of the 33. But look there, Kaylee Bryson, she's all over the back bumper of him now. We got a 3-way battle for the lead. 10 laps to go, coming to 9 this time, Braxton.
Yeah, as you can see, as they go in the corner there, you can see the brake rotor is just glowing really hot red. You've got to slow down these cars that have so much power. I don't even think they're going past 3/4 throttle, and they still have to brake that much. These cars have a lot of power. You got to make sure you're underneath it and you're handling it pretty good. Looks like the leaders, Kevin Thomas Jr. is doing just that. Bobby Santos, he's closing a little bit. There was a little bit of a gap there, but it seems like he's closing in. The person who's closing is Kaylee Bryson.
Yeah, she's definitely closing in on this battle, and we're going to have a 3-way battle with 7 laps to go. And if this is anything to predict what we're going to see tomorrow night, Braxton, when they go 50 laps, so you're adding 30 laps to what they're going tonight. That's going to give Bobby Santos even more time if he starts up front to get to the back bumper or whoever it is, and that's going to give Bryson more time to get around people. So, but I mean, and really 50 laps it'll still click off here really quick.
Yeah, for sure, and it's been green for this whole race, and it's been relatively clean as well. So, yeah, Kaylee Bryson was the fastest car on the track there for a few laps, definitely closing in. I'm not too sure if they're going to close in, but looking back here in the pack, there's definitely some good racing going on, still side by side. I don't even think there has not been a side-by-side battle this race.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think we've seen them single file out at all, and we're looking here at this battle with Carmen Pregrio and Taylor Ferns as they work through down the front straightaway. Ferns trying to get around Carmen, and she's going to do just that. But here comes Taylor Ferns making moves, making gains as she works down the back straightaway. There you see her in that number 18 machine working there on the bottom. Excuse me, she's on the outside. But final lap. Already to the end of this one. Santos running out of time. Not going to do it. Up a turn number 4. Kevin Thomas Jr. flag to flag for this one.
Yeah, this is probably the most perfect race of the night so far by any driver. Kevin Thomas Jr., as I'm looking at the leaderboard, did not gain or lose any spots, starting on the pole, leading all the laps, and coming home with the win here. What a dominant win there.
I'm going to say right now, I'm ready for the 50 lap for tomorrow, and that's going to be a good race here with the Silver Crowns. And this is a teaser, really. This is one of them races where you wanted the 50 laps and then tomorrow the 20 laps, but you never know. And very, very interesting to say the least, and definitely going to be a good night of racing tomorrow as well. And I'm excited for the June 27th and the 29th, and that's going to be fun working with you. And I believe your dad's coming, so that's going to be fun. But We got 34 Legend cars waiting to grid up. They're getting ready to go, and we got to take another commercial break. So we'll be back here in just a minute.
Welcome to Elevated Television.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Welcome back here as qualifying there has come to an end. And, buddy, 34 Legend cars. And look who puts it on the pole for this one. Braxton Louise, did you think he had it in him?
I'm not surprised one, but we'll see if he's got it in him to lead all laps. If not, try to at least come home with the win.
For sure, for sure. Well, time to take a quick look here at the qualifying grid. Row 1, starting on the pole, going to be William Byron. To his outside, Justin Elvis. Row 2, going to be Gavin Simmons and Ryan Myers. Row 3, Truett Miranda, Tommy Jackson Jr. And remember, Tommy Jackson started deep in the field the first race. He's looking to rebound here in this one. Row 4, Jeremy Doss, Jason Foray. Row 5, Trevor Wester, Trace Capers. Row 6, going to be Evan Proctor and Joe Ryan Osborne. Row 7, going to be Daryl Stewart and Keelan Harvick. Row 8, going to be Jason Marshall and Max Helmenbach. Row 9, going to be one of the best on iRacing, Alex McCullum and Lexi Perlinsky. Braxton, row 10 is going to be Jace Parrish and Cooper Gaw.
Row 11, Michael Doby in the number 3 car. And probably the best Legend driver on the service, Joel Smith in 24 car, starting deep in the field, but hopefully he can have a better race than the last race. Inside row 12, Jason Treschel in the 31, and Justin Harris in the 29 on the outside. TJ DeCare, a super late model and pro late model racer down south in the 88 car on the inside row 13, and on the outside, Jace Monaghan's number 19. Row 14, the 001, David Vettorelli. And to the outside, Tyler Lester in a 301. 008, John Casabear will start row 15. And to the outside, Tanner Scarberry. And Tanner Scarberry in the 37 car, he was up there racing for the lead I can't remember if he won or not, but he was up there racing for a lead for sure, and starting very back in the pack. Definitely going to see if we can go.
He did win the first race.
Yeah, so the speed right there, that name sounded familiar. He was on it. But row 16, Kyle Clegg, and the 66, Chris Eggleston, and 22. I know Chris had a little bit of bad luck, if I'm not mistaken, so hopefully we can see him move up the field from row 16.
Final row.
Cody Moorcrafts, row 17 on the inside, number 80 car, and rounding out the field, Atlee Weiss in the 78.
Gonna be a good one. I'm excited. Do you think we're gonna see cautions, or do you think we're gonna see a green flag run this time?
Well, with them already getting the race, they're definitely gonna, at least for my thinking, they're gonna, have an understanding of what their car is, if they made any adjustments, see the limits and whatnot. I think they're going to be a little more aggressive, and with that being said, I think we might see a caution here.
Yeah, and you got to think, Scarberry's starting deep. He's definitely going to want to try to get to the front of the field this time. He's definitely not going to want to waste any time. He's definitely going to be a guy that's going to want to try to come to the front, and he's going to be the guy I look coming from the back to the front. Alrighty, I'm gonna ask you real fast here, Braxton. Who's your pick to win here in the second twin?
Man, looking at the lineup here, Tommy Jackson Jr. You said gained a lot of spots from last race. Let's go with him starting sixth.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go with Gavin Simmons. He's starting third. He impressed me the first race. He's coming in third here. We're coming to the green flag in the air. We're underway. Oh, buddy. Somebody already getting loose. Simmons already making his way up into the second position there. There you see him. Oh, buddy.
Got to get them tires heated up. Definitely on the colder side in the first few laps, most definitely. Doesn't matter what car it is. You definitely got to get heat in the tires after a few laps, and you got to keep it a little easy. They're definitely sliding, but you got a little bit more, and they'll slide on around.
Definitely got to be patient. Definitely got to make do what you can and work your way. And you still got to keep that little bit of size pristine, where you want to push the car a little bit, but you also got to be, as we're 3 wide there with Joel Smith and them. Joel Smith was 4 wide for a second, and that inside line is just checking up so hard.
Yeah, they are bumper to bumper in the middle of the corner back there.
And your pick, Tommy Jackson, he's moved up 1 spot. Gavin Simmons, the guy I picked, he's moved up 1 spot. But William Byron still out front. Can Gavin Simmons run him down? And remember, that third place machine, Braxton, he caused the caution in the first twin there. He's up to third this race.
Hey, it's a new race. You got a new opportunity. You got a way better starting position. Try to work with what you got. And Truett is definitely working with what he got.
And Braxton, I want to ask you this. Okay, so we're going from daylight in the first twin to dark in the second twin. Does that going to play a factor here on iRacing? I know in real life that would play a big factor, but does that play a big factor here to the track changing?
Yeah, usually when the night comes and the sun goes down, the track temp will go down, the air temp goes down. This is with the sun going down. You don't have the sunlight hitting anything, so be a little bit more grip. It might tighten up a little bit with the colder temps. It really just depends on how your setup is, but it'll definitely group up a little bit more as the temps get colder.
For sure, as we see Truett Miranda all over the back bumper of Gavin Simmons. As we look deeper in the field, remember, they're battling harder for last than they are for first, and best battle on track apparently is the 8 machine. That's going to be Trevor Wester. He's sitting in 6th. Meanwhile, right behind him, you got a little battle here. That's going to be the 4 machine. That is going to be the guy that started second. And Braxton, we're looking to go flag to flag here in this one, as we're 3 wide.
Yeah, don't speak too soon. The commentators curse, but yeah, they definitely have done a good job thus far. As you've seen, they were 3 wide there, and it was almost at the very tail end of the field. Just all in all, some great racing going on in the back of the field here. They're still slipping and sliding, and that's giving other people opportunities as long as they don't slip and slide. So see if these guys can hang on with these rear tires. Looks like they're leaning a little bit more, trying to lean a little bit more on them as the night goes on.
Yeah, definitely trying to lean on them a little bit more, but Gavin Simmons is trying to reel in the 25 of William Byron. Truett Miranda in that 18. And they're still slipping and sliding with 7 laps to go here. They are all over the place. Everybody trying to fill the cars out and almost begins to wonder, is he going to catch lap traffic? Look at there, Braxton.
You see it, and there's going to be more checkups there in the back of the pack as they're racing side by side and bumper to bumper. So these cars up here, they have more room. They can extend their braking markers a little bit farther than the guys in the back. They can get on the gas a little bit sooner. They can do all the things a little bit sooner. They can a little bit later, just better in general. So, I mean, coming to 4 to go here, I think it's going to be close. I'm not too sure if it's going to be anything, but the way William Byron is racing here, I mean, he hasn't let up a 4-length gap here. He's just gaining, if anything.
Yeah, no, he's definitely driving away, and he looks perfect. I mean, he is hitting his marks. He is on point, and as we look right here behind him, Gavin Simmons has got a 3-car train behind him. He has got Truett Miranda all over the back bumper of that number 34 machine. And as he works down the back straightaway, Braxton, Truett Miranda is there. He is all over the back bumper.
Yeah, 2 to go, heading in here to turn 1. Oh, as you can see, he's getting slideways there. Oh, bobble from the 18 of Evan Proctor there. On the outside, definitely going to fall back to the back of this 4-car pack here. Tommy Jackson Jr. might pick up to 4th. Not going to have the time as we're at the final lap here for William Byron in the lead.
And William Byron, saved by the bell, up off of turn number 4. He's going to win here in the second twin for the Legends. Flag to flag.
Yep, exactly what I was about to say. Back-to-back races where the pole sitter has led every lap and won. If there's anything that we could take away here is if you're sitting on the pole, you definitely have a good shot at the win as long as you hit your marks.
For sure, I would definitely say if you hit your marks, you play your cards right, you're definitely going to win the thing if you start on the pole. There's really no reason that you shouldn't. And if I'm that guy in second, I'm going to the back. I'm just aware of it. So definitely not the place you want to start. You definitely want to try to get an odd number, and I'm not an odd guy, so I like getting the even numbers. Well, Braxton, we got one more to end the night. As the sun, you can see it there, just barely wanting to set. I don't think it's going to set all the way to dark, but I definitely think the limited late models are going to come out here. And before we get there, I got to ask you, 25 laps. So they're going the longest distance. They're going 5 more than everybody else has, and 10 more than the Roadsters. Does it still change up things, or I get you get that extra 5 laps, but does it still change up the more tire wear and how the late models drive here? I know you drive the late models, but I don't know if you've ever raced here in the late models.
Yeah, I have before, and it's something. The bigger body stock cars on a shorter track. I mean, you can just see the size difference. That view right there of the half mile to that little track. It's close quarters racing. The checkups are going to be, I think, a lot worse than any other racing. I believe we've had only 1 caution this far all night. I think we're going to have at least 2 cautions tonight, but we'll see how these AI drivers do on the mini course here.
Yeah, for sure, and I'm excited. I like the late models. I like the way they drive, and I think it's going to be fun for sure. But we're going to take our final commercial break of the night, and then when we come back, we're going to have the 25-lap late model feature. We'll have post-race and kind of go over with you what's happening tomorrow for night number 2 in the final night of the Elevated TV 250, and kind of go as far as that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a moment. Back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and buddy, what a race this is fixing to be. When I say you're about to get the best of the best, it's going to be a good one. I'm Cody Dimmers. I'm joined alongside Braxton DeWeese. And Braxton, we've had some great racing. As you see the late models, the limited late models, I should say, grid up there on the front stretch. And Braxton, the limited late models actually run on the mini oval at the real Nashville Fairgrounds. So that's even fun. I mean, that's even cooler. So this is going to be fun. I know me and you kind of chat a little bit under commercial break. What was your partake?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to say the least. Like I was saying, the last race after it ended, the bigger body stock cars on the smaller track, definitely just approaching it and thinking about it right off the get-go. You're like, well, that's going to be some close racing and there's going to be some contact. So I think there's going to be some pretty good contact here. We haven't really seen much contact tonight, honestly, at all. We've seen one spin in the Legends feature, the first one. And other than that, it's been fairly clean. So we'll see if the 4-car of Sarah Blitter, this is actually her second pole of the night. We'll see if we can have 3 races in a row where the pole sitter leads all the laps and wins the race here.
Yeah, and she actually won the race. She started on the pole in the Thunder Roadster. She won that race from the pole. So she's looking to go 2 on the night here for this one. So we're going to get you your starting lineup, 27 cars strong, and it is going to be a good one. Row 1 going to be Sarah Billiter and Landon Huffman. Row 2 going to be Caleb Hall and Casey Call. Row 3 going to be Tanner Woodward and Daniel Berryhill. Row 4, Wyatt Marshman and Jonathan Sessoms. Row 5 going to be Dalton Chupp and William LaRue. Row 6 going to be Matt Anderson and Casey Beatty. Row 7 going to be Justin Martz and Chad McLeod. Row 8 going to be Braxton DeWeese and DJ Shaw. Row 9 going to be Chase Dixon, and row on the outside going to be Gabe Brown. And rounded out row 10 is going to be John Riddle and Robert Straminsky. Braxton. Row 11 going to be Caleb Colvin and Jody McCormick. Row 12 going to be Jonathan Sessom Jr. and Mark Johnson. Row 13 going to be Hudson Bulger and Greg Edwards. Row 14 is going to be Parker Blaney in the 74, rounding out the field. We're going to get the field rolling here. And going to be a great night here for the final race. And it does look like the sun has set and the lights have come on here. Remember, we want to say a big thanks to everybody watching here on Elevated TV, everybody at home. If you haven't already, make sure you stick around for post-race. We got a lot of news coming out, a bunch of big races coming out. Going to be fun, going to be awesome, and looking forward to it. Braxton, final race of the night. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of technical difficulties with the with the lineup there. It was actually me not pressing my button. But, yeah, it's going to be a good one here. Like I was saying, with the bigger body stock cars, it's going to be close racing. We have a pretty good late model driver there in second. In real life, Landon Huffman, he's been winning some races here recently at Tri-County, Wake County. So we'll see how he does over here in the state of Tennessee.
And Braxton DeWeese, we're going to let you call him and bring him to the green here.
Alrighty, as we enter turn 4, coming off turn 4, the 4-car of Sarah Blitter will come to the green. Green flag's in the air. We're side by side heading to turn 1 here.
Working off down the back straightaway. Here they come, side by side. Through turn 3 and 4, down the front straightaway to complete lap 1, and they are still 2 by 2, Braxton.
Yeah, as the cars are running off turn 2, we haven't really seen anything too dramatic here thus far, but Sarah has about a quarter car length of a lead here. Just got to keep it smooth and clean, and she can pick up her second win of the night.
Can Caleb Hall and the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, can he get to the back bumper of the 4 machine? Or what will happen here as they work off of turn number 4? Billiter opening up the lead. 0.6 on the leader.
Yeah, looking at Scooby on the hood there, it looks like Sarah's got some Scooby snacks off the back bumper there. He's definitely trying to hunt her down and try to get some.
Scooby snacks. Caleb Hall trying to chase them down. He wants some of them Scooby-Doo snacks. Dog bones. Then in second, in a beautiful looking car, the 68. That's going to be Tanner Woodward. Wyatt Marshburn. Dalton Chupp rounds out your top 5. Looking like your D&M Lawn Service. Billiter, Hall, Woodward, Marshburn, Chupp. That's your top 5. Clean and green so far, Braxton. I'm surprised we haven't had caution. Look at the gaggle of traffic.
Oh boy, look at that. Yeah, I mean, deeper you go in the back, the racing's just great right there. I mean, you can't go nowhere.
That is for sure. Jonathan Sessoms and the Kyle Busch M&M's looking like that number 92. He's working his way there. Teammates on the outside, both of them the 48 and the 45. Braxton, this is crazy. And Billiter has opened up a gigantic lead, almost over a second.
Yeah, reeling in at almost a second and a half here. She has the fastest lap, and if I'm looking at this correctly, she's the only car that has broken the 14.2 second bracket. Everybody else is in the 3 and 4s.
She is rolling. She has got that car on a roll. Hall trying to run her down. If you're Hall right now, you need a caution.
Right there, we see 75 car, the High Rock Vodka of Amy and Dale Earnhardt Jr., their own vodka that they own. He's fallen back there, started second on the outside, and pretty much has, unfortunately, stayed on the outside almost the entire time, and it's back to 13th here.
Yes, we go on board here with Huffman. Huffman trying to work the outside, not where he wants to be. Definitely struggling. Cars all over the racetrack. Billiter, there you see it working in a 3 and 4. She is going to be catching lap traffic. Do you think, Braxton, if she catches lap traffic, that's going to help Hall, or do you think that's going to hurt Hall?
Oh, that's definitely going to help Hall. As you see, the lap cars in front are double file, so what is she going to do? Is she going to make it 3 wide on the inside with a run, or is she just going to stay behind and try to be patient? If you stay behind to be patient, that gives Caleb Hall the opportunity to try to close in, as he doesn't have to check up as much, and he doesn't have to wait to get on the throttle. So definitely going to be interesting here as we got 10 to go.
10 laps to go. Billiter out front. Hall, Woodward, Marshburn, Chupp. That's your top 5. The food line, number 4, out front, trying to make something work. Her teammate in 19th. Double C's. He is a good Lord Almighty. He's got the 90 of Straminska all over the door panel. But meanwhile, Billiter, she's going to be catching lap traffic here with about 7 laps to go, Braxton.
Yeah, that 68 car of Tanner Woodard, he's closing in a little bit, not as much. Caleb Hall's closing in a little bit more though on Sarah. That gap was almost, it was about 1.2 seconds. It is down to about a second flat.
Here's where things get interesting. Remember, we haven't seen a battle for the lead all night. Usually, Braxton, and you said this earlier, track position was key. And you see Billiter's making quick work here on the 45. But the 45 racing her on the outside is going to hold her up. And like you said, where is she going to go? There's nowhere for her to go.
Yeah, exactly. And as I'm looking at the time, she had about a second gap there. As you see, it's going down. It's down to about 5 seconds there. It is going down a bunch here. Caleb is catching.
Yeah, Hall is definitely reeling her in there in that number 29 machine. Can Caleb Hall take her win away? She's going to put Mark Johnson in the 13 machine a lap down. She is 4 laps to go. Everybody getting out of the way of the 4 machine. This is the only thing I feel is helping her, Braxton.
Yeah, most definitely. As you see, the cars are starting to get a little bit more of a gap. As she was approaching, they were side by side and really close. But there's Landon Huffman. She's coming up to him. He started second, right beside her. That just tells you how the outside is just not the lane to be in tonight. I mean, I don't think Landon has gone down to the inside at all, and it shows because he's getting lapped. It's unfortunate.
Oh, buddy.
There was close right there, buddy.
Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. One more time. Off of turn number 4, Billiter gonna win the limited late model portion of this one. Hall, Woodward rounds out your podium finishes. What a race. First time we've seen lap traffic. And you got to think, we added 5 more laps. You know, that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you got 5 more laps and you're on such a small track already, that's going to help, I feel like.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, we definitely seen the lap traffic, you know, be a big factor there. The lead that Sarah had went from a second down to about a half a second there, but it just stayed around there. She was rolling through there pretty good with the lap traffic, and the lap traffic was being pretty smooth and getting out of the way for the most part, and able to make it 3 races in a row where the pole sitter led all laps and won the race.
For sure. Well, taking a quick look here at your results for the limited late model portion. Billiter, Hall, Woodward, Wyatt Marshburn, Dalton Chupp, Justin March, Braxton DeWeese. Look at you, Braxton, coming up into 7th. Chase Dixon, John Riddle, and Daniel Berryhill round out your top 10, Braxton.
Matt Anderson stays where he started in 11th. Jonathan Sessoms gained 11 spots. Hudson Bolger gained 12. Parker Blaney gained 13 for 14th place there. Casey Call in 15th, lost 11, unfortunately. Greg Edwards in 16th, he gained 10 spots. There's a lot of gaining and a lot of losing right around here, but 17th, Jody McCormick, Robert Sturmiska, Gabe Brown, Chad McLeod.
And
round out the top 20.
Rounding out 21st will be DJ Shaw, Casey Beatty, Caleb Colvin, Jonathan Sessoms, Landon Huffman, William LaRue, and Mark Johnson rounds out 27th. And then the 28th machine was a scratch. Well, Braxton, we talked about it a little bit earlier during the Silver Crown race. You know, you're going to be coming up here to help me on the 27th, you and your dad on the 27th and 29th. And the race actually got canceled for tomorrow, so we're going to go watch a 150-lap street stock race on that Saturday night, too. So that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that one. My buddy James Kirby, we're actually going to go in the pits and help him with that one. And his dad will be racing, so we'll have 3 cars we'll be working on, thrashing on as well. So plus we'll have the legend cars. So we'll be able to help my buddy John, the crew chief, my roadster. We'll be helping him as well. So we kind of be bouncing back and forth as far as that. And then the 27th, that Friday, I'll be racing. That 29th, I'll be racing. So we're going to cram 3 days into a big weekend of racing for you. And it's going to be fun. And couldn't be more glad to bring you and your dad along. I'm excited. I'm ready for it. And I'm crossing my fingers the R word stays away.
Yeah, for sure. This year has been a wash with rain and a lot of the racing around our region, but you know, I'm really looking forward to it. Not only me, but my dad as well. It's a pretty cool opportunity to be able to help you to be able to work on race cars. To be honest with you, my dad and I were starting something from nothing to try to get into racing. So you're a huge help, and I can't thank you enough to be able to help you the 27th, 29th, and so on. And we'll have more exciting news a little bit later that we're going to be announcing between us. But yeah, the 27th, 29th are going to be some good days, hopefully. And the 28th with the street stock race at Anderson and all the other racing. It's going to be a good weekend of racing. I'm really looking forward to it and hope for the best for everybody. For sure. And it's definitely going to be fun. I mean, we got a lot of racing coming in there. And we also got the Robbins. I want to put this out there. We got the Robbins Racing. You'll see it pop up on the screen. The Robbins Racing Indy 500 coming up on June 17th, 18th, 19th, and 21st. That's going to be fun. Me and Wesley will be doing that. Also, we got the July 4th Spectacular. We got tomorrow night and
kind of give you a little rundown of tomorrow night's race schedule. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to have way more racing than what we did last weekend, or tonight, I should say. And taking a look here, it's going to be your Thunder Roadsters will be going 15 laps. Silver Crown will be going 50. Legends will be going 20. Mini Stocks will be going 20. Legends will be going 20. Limited Late Models will be going 40. So we're adding 40 laps to the one that you just seen. Street Stocks will be going to the big track for 35 laps. The Super Trucks will be running a 30-lap feature. And then Braxton, I know this one you're going to be excited for, a 100-lap Pro Late Model race. All coming up tomorrow night. So
it's a great list of racing, and I'm looking forward to it. And the viewers should be as well, because not only on the short track but on the big track, it's good racing in general here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Yeah, for sure, and it's gonna be a good night of racing, and I can't wait for tomorrow night. I mean, tomorrow night is gonna be action packed. Everything should kick off around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's definitely going to be fun for sure. And I'm excited. I really am. I hope Braxton can get in the booth. And if you haven't already done so, go over to Braxton DeWeese on YouTube. Check him out. Drop him a like. He's almost at 100 subscribers. He'll be racing tomorrow, 12 o'clock, Braxton?
Yep. I'll be going live about 12:03 p.m. That's Eastern Time. That'll be the Next Gen Cup Cars, the Daytona Road Course for 35 laps.
Got you. So make sure you go over there and check him out. And we'll be right back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all the night number 2 of the Elevated TV 250. And like I said, I'm excited. We got a lot of racing going on. We got classes going to be on the Mini. We got classes going to be on the big oval. And Braxton, that's where stuff's going to get fun when you go from the Mini oval to the big oval.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting to see the difference in the tracks and how they race. They're definitely going to be different. You know, you got one that's pretty much almost flat and one that's got pretty good amount of banking. So, really looking forward to it. For sure.
So, for myself, for Braxton DeWeese, and myself, Cody Deemers, and everybody at Elevated TV, hope everybody enjoyed the races tonight. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, again, make sure you go over and show Braxton DeWeese some love as well. So other than that, hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday evening. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Elevated Broadcasting. Elevated TV would like to thank all of our fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. This